I'm John King. I write for, I guess, my own blog, Kentucky Brew Review. So right now we're in my cellar, which actually used to be the home of John Worth of LouisvilleBeer.com. So it's kind of awkward for us in here right now, but we won't talk about that. I've been collecting or hoarding or hiding beers for my wife for about a year now. I keep them down in my cellar, which is in the basement of my 108-year-old house. So it constantly keeps about 50 to 65 degrees. Summer might peak out about 70. I don't have a thermometer. I'm not really that anal, so I don't care what the temperature is, because I have a different philosophy. Some people will want to keep their beer in there for a year. I have the philosophy, it's a damn beer, just drink it. I mean, special occasion, a friend's coming over, grab the beer out and drink it. Brewers don't really make their beer, honestly, to be aged. Sometimes a lot of the flavors and things like that, they want you to, they only come out up front, so they want you to taste it up front. So what I typically do is I buy 2 bottles when I age. I buy one to at least drink up front when it's fresh, and then I buy one to age because I want to see what it tastes like in a year or 2 years.
So do you do vertical tastings of these beers?
Yeah, actually March 15th we'll be doing a vertical tasting of 09, 010, 11, and 12. Our own, well not our own, but Kentucky Breakfast Stout by Founders. Just the other day I did Bourbon County 09, 10, 11, and 12. It is very cool to see how different things, like for example the Bourbon County 09 was oxidized, hardly any carbonation. The 10 was fantastic, absolutely awesome, and then the 11 was still a booze bomb, still hot and burny.
Do you catalog your beer cellar or put them in a database or anything like that?
On my blog I have what I call What's Aging, and that's, I guess, the only way I could remember. Typically I'll just take a white Sharpie and write what year they are, or I just kind of remember them. And
how do you keep track of when a beer is primed?
Whew, that's a good question. Typically what I'll do is I'll read a lot on Beer News or Beer Advocate or Rate Beer of when people think beer tastes the best. Like for example, this is Lawson's Finest Liquid Seared Palate Barley Wine. It's from a very small, almost nanobrewery in Vermont. That took me forever to get these beers. Everyone says right now that it's the hottest barley wine ever, so they recommend sitting on it for a few years, and there was only actually 280 bottles of this produced, so this one's going to sit for probably maybe 2 to 3 years, because that's when I think typically barley wines are better. But primarily, I usually only age things, unless I buy like a 2008 or 2009, I usually only age them for maybe a year to 2 years at most.
What's one of the most expensive beers you have down here?
Well, the most expensive beer I had down here was Bourbon County Rare. I got it last year around Christmas time, and actually this year I actually drank it with my wife for a little Christmas celebration, and to be honest with you, it was one of the best beers I've ever had. It was the regular Bourbon County that was aged in our own Kentucky's Pappy Van Winkle barrels. But currently down here, I'd probably say the most expensive I have would probably be right here. It's actually from Odell. It's their Woodcut No. 5 series. I had this at the Great American Beer Festival and absolutely loved it. It's a Belgian style quad ale at 11.3%. This puppy cost me $27.
What are some of the places that you buy beer?
Normally, my go-to spot right now is Old Town, because it's just a block away. I go to Value Market a lot, and then Tyler at Louisville Beer Store has been fantastic with getting a lot of different beers. Sometimes I'll go to Liquor Barn. It's just kind of a longer drive, and it's not as convenient for me.
How can you be so patient to cellar beers? Because typically I buy beer and I want it like right now.
I absolutely really don't have patience. I'm about as impulsive as they go, especially when I'm out there buying beers. What I typically do is I keep a majority of my beer, especially my dark beer, down here, because if I had it in the fridge and I came home, I'd drink it all the time. So I guess this is kind of an exercise for me to have to go down the stairs to actually get the beer and bring it up and plan for it.
They're tricky steps too.
They are tricky steps. I bang my head up there. A lot of the patience has to do with how much money I've spent on this stuff, because these aren't, a lot of these beers I save for like special occasions or if friends are coming over. Most of these I want to, sit home on a Wednesday night and if I just wanted a beer, I wouldn't open these, because in my opinion, beers that you age, beers that cost a lot of money, beers that are really hyped up, are beers you need to share with people and not, I guess, sit in your house alone and drink them. So thanks for coming to my house, coming to my cellar. Check out LouisvilleBeer.com. It's a great website, and see you guys later.